I used to watch porn in the 80s, and I'd see some guy with some Mongo wang, and then some girl would dislocate her jaw like an anaconda. Go,
Well, no,
and I go, is this even possible? Maybe I was mixing that up with a nature channel. I don't know. I don't know.
I won't even go there. I don't even know what to say. I can't.
What color am I? Yeah, sorry about these bullet holes behind me, but we're working on the house or something.
Jesus
today.
Christ, some grassy knoll stuff going on there.
Jesus.
Okay.
Christ.
Zap
Christ,
Bruder.
Carvey.
Christ, Spade.
Lots going on, Dana. If we're starting, let's
Oh.
start. This is start Ted, and we're almost done. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
I have a story about Rite Aid, which is, obviously
Which I
interesting already.
love.
That's already an eye catcher, ear catcher. Ooh, what happened at Rite Aid?
Yeah, Rite Aid. Okay, I want to hear because go.
So I have to go to Rite Aid, Dana. Celebrities, they're just like us. So I'm getting toothpaste. I go to the biggest Rite Aid on Sunset. It's literally got 15 items left, and it's about an acre.
15.
I mean, don't do that. You can't abuse that. You can't abuse the look.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So you're going down the aisle, and you're
I'm going down the aisle.
Okay.
Figuring out my hair. Okay, I'm going down the aisle, and I see a guy walking in, huge dude with his shirt pulled up, right? He's obviously on some hard times. Maybe he's homeless. I don't know. But he comes in, and he says that there's two people working, and he's talking to them. I don't know what he's saying, but when I walk in, they go, "Sir, you'll have to pull your shirt down." By the way, I didn't even think they give anybody orders like that. You know what I mean? They usually don't say anything. But he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's so hot. I'm drenched in sweat." But he's being very polite. That's all I noted. The big story. Okay, he's being polite. So he's still meandering around. I go get my 3 things. It is like a war zone. There's no toothpaste. In a whole aisle, there's one toothpaste. So I have to take that shitty one. It looks like Crest. It's like coloring, but it's not. It's obviously some knockoff. But I say, fine. So I walk up.
Is it bare? I mean, there's just not much.
Yeah, there's nothing.
items out.
There's none in that one. I did a video. And then maybe I'm hitting him between stocking. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but I get only 3 things. So I walk up, I get in line. Now the 2 helpers that work there aren't there, cashiers. Now my man comes up behind me with his stuff. I don't even know what he's getting.
Midriff guy, Mikey
Yep.
Midriff. Oh, Mikey Midriff comes up
Prop top,
behind you,
right behind me, rubbing his stomach, just killing time. And then I am scared because we're just standing there. And so I go, I don't know where these chicks went. I try to buddy. I say something like, it's me and you against the world.
Right.
Here,
Yeah.
I'm your pal.
Make friends. Yeah.
I'm your friend.
Yeah.
And then I look over and there's Thrifty has like an ice cream cone part.
Oh, that you got to have an ice cream store inside a Rite Aid. Yeah. Thrifty ice cream. Yeah.
Right. So been there forever. They're in everyone. So she's down there helping some woman forever. And the woman's like, "Do you have Captain Crunch?" She's like, I'm like, "That's not an ice cream. Come on." Like, and I just want to get moving. So the guy behind, yeah,
it could be an ice cream flavor.
Yeah. And the lady's like, "Captain." I'm like, we don't. It's not. But anyway, the guy behind me goes, "Shoot, I think I'm going to have to steal this stuff. I got to get going." And who says that out loud? I go, "Yeah, man, I'm thinking about that, And then I only have 3 things. I'm not going to bankrupt the store, but I'm like, I should probably. By the way, the whole LA is on the honor system now. There's no real laws or rules. It's just like,
there's nothing.
You either wait in line or you don't. You just leave.
Yeah.
So he's being kind of cool, but they don't come back. So he says, "Shoot, hey, I got to take off. I got to go. I just got to steal it." And I go, "Cool." I give him the thumbs up. Cool. So he runs out. And then he runs into a man and woman with their 3 kids. And he goes, "Ooh, sorry. I just stole this. I got to go. I'm in a hurry." So he goes in. And then I thought in my head, I go, "Where's he going?" Like, you know what I mean? He's got jury duty. Why do you got to rush out? I just saw you up front laying on the ground. Yeah.
He's got to get out of here. Get back
he's got to go.
Yeah.
Plus, I thought he was there more for the AC because that's kind of why I was there. But he just kind of chilled. And then the people, I go, "Oh, are you okay?" And they go, "Were you in bench warmers?" I go, "Okay." So it was just a lot going on. So we took a picture of them. Anyway, that's all. That's the whole thing. That's a good story, though.
I think it's a good story. I like just from in a human level that you kind of were chill with the guy.
Yeah.
You were warm to him. You know, he's probably hurting.
And he was polite.
Did he have no pack, 4-pack, 6-pack, or 12-pack?
No, he was a little
chunky.
No, I'm not going to say that, Dane. I take it back.
Let's not go there.
I think it was a mesh shirt he was going with, like a look. That look. So I think you have to be pretty ripped to have that.
I've been in line at Rite Aid. We're on the other side of the Rite Aid. Someone is having a bad day, and everyone's waiting in line to get their meds, and we're all kind of. And then it's suddenly on the other side of the stores.
Yeah. And everyone's like,
everyone freezes. Will there be violence right now?
I need my medicine.
I probably have about 5 prescriptions. Do the math. I won't say which ones they are.
No.
And sometimes you get a prescription. They go, "Would you like to talk to the pharmacist?" And I go, "All right." And they kind of meander over.
How you doing, Dana?
Got any questions? No, I've taken it daily for 40 years, but how are you doing, sir? What questions would I have?
Hey, been going up any at this comedy store lately? Like, these questions. He has some for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm at a level of so-called fame that I can wander around a mall, wander around places with nothing, and then all of a sudden someone goes, "Hey, I love the church late." I literally get scared. I jump. Yeah. I forget that I was on TV.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
You sure got a lot of fans out there. I'll tell you that.
My pharmacist goes, "Do you know how to take these pills?" I go, "For a while, I've been putting them in my mouth and then drinking water with them. Does that still work?" And he's like, "Yeah, you could do that."
That's my guy picks up the bottle, shakes them near his ear, and goes, "Hey, do you really need these? Really?" Okay, now we're playing tennis. What else does your guy do?
I go, like, if you have something that, like, if you have medication you have to take every day, I like when the guy goes, "You can get 30 of these." I go, "I don't want to come here. I have to come here all the time. Like, just give me stuff that I don't have to keep fucking coming back. Like you, the fucking great lady that does it to you."
You want? I'm gonna have to call Dr. J. Here's the thing that happens. So your doctor calls it in. You want one a day, so it's 30 for a month. Then you get the thing, you bring it home, and it's 15. And then you go back, and they go, the insurance wouldn't cover it. It was an extra $1.38. So we only gave you 15.
Exactly. I go, "Here's $10. This will cover the next 5 years of that. Just give me all of them." "What's leap year? We gave you 28.
Well, if you get sleep medication, it's like a bank heist with certain people. It's like, okay, that's what you want. I don't know if it's ready. All right, I'll wait. Okay.
Dude, they tell me cough syrup, same thing. They go, "Why don't you wait over there while we push the fucking bank robbery buzzer so the cops can..." I'm like, I need cough. It's codeine. I'm sorry. There are people that need things for things still. It's not just abuse.
Rather than just chugging codeine.
Yeah.
Cough syrup.
By the way, a side note, I love it. But I had bronchitis and pneumonia, and the guy goes, "They don't like us to just give this away." I go, "I'm the exact person that needs it, you fuck. Like, give it to me." He's like, "They don't like us just throwing this shit around." I go, "Well, I'm not Lil Wayne. I need it. I'm not putting it with my Slurpee. Like, I need to." I mean, I will. Anyway.
It's just like a weird. Anyway, pharmacies are funny. Yes.
Pharmacies are funny. God.
Cut.
We have too much to talk about. I will say I have to plug my gigs because I'm going to Denver.
I want to give you permission. Let's have an edit.
Really?
Go, "Hey,
Thank you.
David," so you don't have to bring it up. Yeah. Where can your fans see you in the ensuing
Dana,
months?
you know, this is hard to talk about.
I know you don't want to showboat or promote, but please just do it.
I've got the Venetian coming up with Nikki Glazer. I've got Minneapolis, Indianapolis. I've got Hartford, Connecticut, 4 in Florida, Boise. Look at this shit.
My neck of the woods.
Seattle. We got Providence. RI. Oh yeah, we got Kansas City. Oh, Denver. I'm filming something, so I got 2 that night. That is
Jeez, I wish I had a map. I can't even keep track.
October
Here.
11th, I think. Yeah. Anyway, other than
Denver.
that's all
Yeah,
good
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Who? Okay, pop quiz. Who wrote the song where the line is "I've been everywhere, man"?
Is that what he says? I've been everywhere, man. I hear that
man.
in commercials. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, it's like you're like Willie
don't
Nelson.
know.
I don't even know. I just know I've been everywhere, man. You're like
I know.
Willie Nelson
On the road again. Yeah, I know that one.
Can't wait to get back to Indianapolis.
Before we get to our
but anyway, go see my friend David.
Yeah, go see my friend David.
One of the funniest people
yeah,
in the Western Hemisphere.
You won't be sorry. And we have my last question is about the Olympics because we got a few stories coming up. Then we have a guest at the end. Whoa, we got a guest at the end.
Good one.
We can say his name.
Should we promote it if this is the first part of this?
Well, they can stick around and figure it out.
Okay, stick around.
It is Olympics oriented, or as my friend says, orientated. They're both.
We're the first podcast in our quadrant to have the Olympic gold medalist, Cole Hocker.
Oh yeah, Cole Hocker.
And I'm a track nut. We do a deep dive. He's very charming. So listen to that. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned. That's in a couple minutes.
Between that great thing though is us doing whatever we do for a few more minutes.
I will say in the Olympics, did you see, we did talk about Snoop, but Flavor Flav is sort of floating around.
Love that guy.
He's funny. I think they got him because is his big clock a stopwatch? Mm-hmm. That would be smart. You know what I mean? He goes,
go!
Ka-ding!
Yeah, if he modified it to look like an old-fashioned big stopwatch and was timing people, damn, that would have been fantastic.
Standing there with his hat sideways.
Yeah, and he's got a little clipboard.
Blam. Oops, real gun.
And the runners can read the result from 100 yards away.
Yeah, while they're running. Yeah. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. Also, he's very mysterious. He's like, does he have a social security number? Like, I don't know him because a guy kind of comes out of the woodwork, then he goes away, comes back. Not sure if he's rapping anymore or music. I don't know. But everyone loves him.
I just go by the premise that there's so much show business that no one knows what anyone's doing. If you told me Flavor Flav just did a European tour sold out, I go, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who keeps track? I mean, you just tell people.
Yeah. I should tell people that too. That's a great point because you just don't know.
He
just sold out stadiums and you go.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, man. So if you were going to not be David Spade and name yourself something, what would it be? 5 seconds.
Spudly Spud.
Okay.
Does it have to be like that? What's your?
No, that's good. I'd be Dana the Dew.
I'd be Big Dick McGee because that one people want to try to figure it out. Like, is it true or is he just saying?
Mine would be it won't fit easily.
Mine would be bring some WD-40. Whatever that means.
Okay, we'll do poo
if
later.
I was Flavor
right
Flav, would you? At a certain point, I'd get like an aluminum clock. It's too heavy on my neck. I couldn't pull that thing around, I'd have the money to get a solid gold clock. He does have money, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, please answer me this and tell me this. Flavor Flav must have a deal with Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, Flavor Flav Kool-Aid.
Oh.
Yeah. I want apple. I want cherry. How about Flavor Flav?
What Flavor Flav do you want?
You'll find out later.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
It's for a 7-year-old. I want Flavor Flav because it just sounds different.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Timex, like he should get a deal with a clock.
Oh, I was going by the nickname. That nickname has nothing to do with time. He should have been called the Human Time Machine.
Flavor Flav is a cool name. That's a smart one to get. It's hard to get.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's go do some headlines because we got to get to our guests. So I don't want to waste too much time.
Let's do it.
All right, give us anything. I have these things, and we'll just say, okay, before they start, let me see. Is this about the Olympics?
They wouldn't do us like that. I'm clearly hallucinating right now. It looks like an
let's
Olympian.
Just see what it is. We'll figure it out. Sound up.
We're going to talk about this when I calm down, but what just happened? I know that they did not advertise this as confirmed musical guest, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Snoop Dogg, and Billie Eilish, and then have those 3 artists zoom in on a Zoom meeting and put it on the screen, the small screen. I know they didn't do that. I know they wouldn't sell tickets in good faith to people here in Paris and say, "Come on in, we got all these artists," and then show a small TV screen of them zooming in. I know they wouldn't do that.
I think they're in Malibu, Dana. I think.
Yeah,
they wouldn't do that.
They were in LA. Yeah,
I love
they
it.
were
I
in
like your
Malibu.
attitude. They would not do this to us. You're selling tickets to a concert at the end of the Olympics with Red Hot Chili Peppers. And Snoop, was it? He's there.
Snoop must have got some kind of supersonic jet because he doesn't play.
To make
He
sure I'm
went out
not there for the advertised show. That is a bit of a bamboozle, and I don't like to use that word, but I think it is. Isn't it?
What I'm clear what she just said.
So they said, I'm going to Def Leppard in a couple weeks with Journey and Steve Miller.
Yeah.
So I go to SoFi Stadium, and they put up a big screen, and they're doing a show in Paris, and I'm watching that.
Oh,
that's what happened.
Yeah.
They were all here in America doing the concert, and they saw it on a Zoom call.
On a Zoom.
She goes, I'm watching a Zoom meeting with all these people, like on a huge screen, like, well, I got to give it to you, mama.
This is what you want to get to them. Give it away now.
I'll continue.
And Dr. Dre, I thought it was very cool from just someone watching it on the TV.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was LA, but I didn't know they said it was there. Okay, next one. That's good. She hasn't.
No, that's crazy.
Funny.
Crazy.
Okay, this is. This is something about the Olympics. Oh, this is a cringe moment. This girl hurt her leg in the Olympics.
Yes.
And they come up to help her. Now watch how it plays out. Okay, her leg's hurt. Someone help her.
She's
up.
hurt. She's down. There are
This
2
guy-
people now.
Coach maybe helping her.
Talking to her.
Might be a fencer. This guy's helping. They need to let her sit down. They need to get her out of there.
3 people.
Thank
4
God a guy
people.
brings a chair, tells the coach, put her in this chair. Oh, for me? Thank you.
The uninjured man sits in the chair to illustrate how to sit in a chair.
Yeah, maybe that's what he said later. I was just showing her how to sit.
Why would the healthy guy sit in the chair? It must have been illustrative.
They tap him on the shoulder. He goes, "Oh, thanks, man. I'm wiped out." Oh, you mean for the broken leg? Okay, no, I'm sorry. It was so quick.
It just looked so comfortable. He had bright yellow pants on. He couldn't resist lowering his butt into a chair.
God, if Spade saw a chair and I was standing for more than 8 minutes, I'd be fucking, give me that. God.
Your thing is you're always trying to stand. You're always trying to stand up.
I'm always trying to stand, and when I'm standing, I need to sit. That's what a bad neck will do for you. You just want the other one all the time.
I think you got to go to Rite Aid. You need some medicine for that.
No. That guy had to go. He goes, I got to get going, man. He goes, do you have I go, what about me? And he goes, are you on a TV show right now? I go, he goes, not right now. I go, no. He goes, I got to go. You don't need to go. I got to go.
There's your thumbnail.
That's another good thumbnail.
With the straw. I don't have
my eyebrow shoots up. I got to tame that down with some Gorilla Glue or something.
Jeez.
Well, I'm on it. Okay, next one. I'm working our way to the guest. Oh, this is funny. Wait. Oh, that the average Olympian in the Olympics is prettier than Miss Universe. I mean, that Miss Universe is very pretty, but I thought
Miss
this was
Universe
funny.
and the average Olympian. Well, I would say, and I don't know whether it's age related, but there seemed to be a disproportionate amount of extremely attractive athletes. So I'll say from Heather's listening, from the female perspective and the male perspective, it seems like you're winning the life of lottery. Yes, you're going to be super talented. You're going to the Olympics. You're going to get paid millions of dollars, and you're incredibly good looking. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. And there's pretty split that equal amount of female and male great looking people. It was more the great looking Olympics. It was everyone was like all the runners, all the dudes. I'm like, this guy's a stud. One guy had a headband. He's cool. I'm like, God dang, they get it all, I guess. No,
I got their sunglasses. They're taking them off. I don't.
They're taking them off.
They're taking off his glasses. What's up? I don't think they did it intentionally, but someone put up a sign, Orgy Village, and they took it down instead of Olympic Village.
Oh yeah, let's roll a clip from fucking Olympic Village.
You got more thumbnails than a
know.
thumbnail factory.
I'm just trying to keep it alive over here in my fucking Beirut wall. There it is.
Does my hair make you happy?
My hair isn't bad today, but it's a little messy. But it looks
It's
like
just,
I have
it just, you know what it is? It's untamed.
Yeah, my face looks like I slept on it for a couple of days, but it's waking up. It'll wake up in a couple. When I
I
get
try not to
surgery.
look at my picture. I'm just
Yeah, don't
focusing
look.
on you.
I took all the mirrors down. This is my only mirror. When I'm on Zoom, I go, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. We're getting there, Dana. We're kind of.
That's all right.
Oh, this is what you do when you're rich. Mark Zuckerberg made a statue of his wife in his backyard.
Wow.
Money to burn productions.
It's gigantic. She's
tied
like
up in kelp.
an Adonis or something or something. That's her hair or something. I'm gonna call it 10 million for that.
Yeah, I would do it for him for 10 million. I'd find some old green statue from like Avatar, outtakes.
Did you see that
up.
Zuckerberg, he had the robotic kind of Chia Pet hair and sort of the glycerin face all smooth. And now he's got all kind of frothy hair and is wearing casual clothes.
I want
He's having
money.
a midlife crisis at 38. He wants to go back to 17. Go ahead.
I want to look better all the time, and I want to get enough money to where I look great. And everyone just goes, "What happened?" I go, "I don't know. Nothing. I just look way better."
Well, they got all kinds
Dude, that
of
ship
stuff.
he has, that huge monster, 3,000
Zuckerberg or
warship
Bezos
yacht. It's all the same. They go out, and each one has a pharmacy on it, probably, Pilates studio and a surgical center and urgent care.
And a small army and a helicopter.
And a helicopter repair shop,
bowling alley, all the accoutrements.
Some of my buddies went on those yachts
place.
this year, and they're like, you wouldn't believe it. It's unreal. They just like famous people walking around because they get paparazzi,
Well, I put this out. Any Saudi prince that wants David and I to come to their party and just hang out and be charming, we're
and
there.
We'll do 20-minute set at night. We'll double.
We'll do a 20-minute set.
each.
We're not cheap, but we're less than Beyonce.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Robert,
Okay.
We're like a real professional show. Okay, is this funny? Let me see.
It is kind
That's
of
not
professional
okay.
today.
That scared me. I don't know what this is.
Okay, here's the video. A kid with a...
Oh, he eats this fucking hamburger. Oh, gross. That's how wide he can open his mouth. That's like an anaconda eating an elk.
Is that real? I mean, no. So people listening to this, he opened his mouth like Alien in the first and second Alien. He had a second set of teeth. I mean, he dislocated his jaw. You could have put a football in his mouth.
Exactly.
What?
I used to watch porn in the 80s, and I'd see some guy with some Mongo wang, and then some girl would dislocate her jaw like an anaconda. Go.
Well, no,
and I go, is this even possible? Maybe I was mixing that up with a nature channel. I don't know. I don't know.
I won't even go there. I don't even know what to say. I can't.
What color am I? That wall is dark green behind me, so that shows you everything.
I have blinds and things and.
Go ahead. Okay, next one.
I'm the color of my room. It's all brown.
You look good
white.
though. You look crispy. Yeah. Okay.
Crispy.
Oh, this is a good Farley clip.
Okay.
Farley was on Leno. I don't think I saw this clip when it happened.
Yeah.
I went on with him a couple times, but this one, Shannon Doherty was on SNL. She was great. It's very striking, very pretty.
Cool.
Lots of fun. Did a great sketch with Sandler called The Denise Show. Was just very game. So they're somehow on Leno together. And of course, Farley interrupts her the whole time. And it's hysterical.
Yes, Chris and I did Saturday Night Live together.
Oh, sure, that's right, of course.
And we had so much
Look at that
fun, and I
stupid
thought
coat.
he was such a nice guy. And then I ran into him much later at a True Lies premiere, and he had no idea who I was.
Oh. That's not true. Shannon, you know something? I was blind drunk. Let's face it.
Oh, I guess that's the
Like
answer.
this, it's the women, they come, they go.
Yeah,
ladies.
He keeps grabbing her.
Actually, he would go for you because I understand you're cooking. You like doing the whole cooking thing. So
Yeah.
Who wouldn't go for her? She's gorgeous.
and she cooks.
The girl shower.
Oh, do you have a girl shower scene in that?
No.
Hello.
He's look at him rubbing his
Pause and rewind. 2 words.
paws and rewind.
Have you met?
How fucking funny. What a talk show masterpiece of Farley just can't stop screaming and maybe wasted. But
his scream and the rhythm of it, it's like Kennison had one and Chris had his own.
Voice was so
and
good. That deep, crazy voice.
Rough and raw and the commitment of it. It just, you can't not laugh.
I have to say, almost every girl who came on that show had a somewhat of a crush on him because he was so hilarious. He'd grab you and he'd go back and he'd get nervous and grab and then yell something stupid and feel stupid. But couldn't take your eyes off.
Yeah, he was always undercutting himself and self-deprecating, and he kind of leaned down and so,
that's Dana the lady. Grab you, choke you.
Hey, lady!
Choke you to death.
Never called me Dana. Never called me Carvey. Just lady. Boop.
There's the lady. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would be great around. Oh, anyway. Okay, go ahead. We'll get too sad. Okay, go ahead. What's the next one? Okay. Oh, this is the one I told you about last week. Okay, we can end with this one. This was Suni Lee, who I think is so adorable. And she's talking to herself, but we couldn't do it. We found it. This is the one I was
She's going to do
a lip reader says what she's saying.
As she's nervously waiting to do the pommel horse or the balance beam, right?
Yeah. Or the floor.
Okay. You got this. Last one. Listen for the beat. Get this one over. It'll be good. One thing at a time.
Isn't that cute?
Wow. That gave me chills.
Me too. I don't know why I liked it so much. I thought she's just thinking and she's got the whole stadium and she's like, because everything boils down to that one Olympic run you're doing, whether the floor, whatever, but too cute.
I think, like with golf, you have 5 minutes between things. They have so much time to wait. It's not like basketball, go, go, go instinct. To try to be in the moment, not get in your head, try not to try. It is the fucking Olympics.
Yeah.
That's why it was sometimes hard to watch,
The only thing that matters because the heartbreak is too, it's too rough. You don't win, and you're like, I did all this.
And and it's just that for us sitting on a couch having a beer, we're just like in awe of the bravery to put yourself in a position to fuck up in front of a billion people. So you already want to give them a hug anyway. But I think that some of them do have sports therapists that they work with. And I think that there's a postscript if it didn't go well. So be like, okay,
sure.
It didn't go well. You fucked up. No, I'm kidding.
No one really thinks beyond the Olympics. I mean, that's the goal. So even the next day, you're like, I won, I didn't win. Like, am I going to do the 4 years and try it again, or do I start to figure out my life now?
And
very complicated.
Your family, everybody's either there or there's parties in the States watching you, and they want you to win so bad.
Feel like you're letting them down if you don't. Well, why don't you introduce our boy, because you turned me on to this guy in the Olympics. Yeah. And tell the crowd about it.
If you watch the Olympics and watch track and field, there were some amazing things. And one of them was the 1,500 meter final with Cole Hocker, Jakob Ingebrigtsen. It was an amazing race. And Cole Hocker scored an upset and won the gold medal. And he's still kind of flying high from it and trying to process what just happened to him. And I'm kind of a track nut, ran in high school, a little bit in college. And so it was fun to interview him and get some interesting insight into how do you manage the pressure? How do you train yourself to sprint when you're exhausted? There's a lot of pain involved. So it was a charming person, and enjoyed it. Enjoy it yourself, David.
Yeah, that's it. I thought he was a super cool dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Great guy.
Even though we haven't interviewed him yet. We're about to right now. Okay.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear what he says.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, congratulations. La, la, da, da, da. I've seen a few of your interviews online and stuff, so I understand where you're at. I just wanted to say as a fan, because I'm a track nut, you know what a track nut is? One thing, because I have a little email chain with my brother, both ran track. We're all from we're all from Frank Shorter era. And during the Olympic trials, they had a shot of you in full stride. And I thought to myself, whoa, he's running different. Something's going on. The authority or the arm carriage or something. So in the thing, everyone's like Kerr versus Ingebrigtsen. We're going back and forth. I said, Cole. I said, watch him, dark horse. I didn't think you would kick. I knew you had a kick. Can he kick off 247? Yes, he can. That was new information for Ingebrigtsen. He can kick off 247. That's just like, even blows my mind to saying it.
Yeah, I think that was new information for everyone, like including myself. Like I knew, like based on my trials race, the way I ran it, I had, it was a 3:30 race. We're getting into the nitty gritty, but it was a 3:30 race.
No, I totally understand. A 52 last lap. Go ahead.
Exactly. And with the 52 last lap, that's far from evenly split. And so I knew that my PRs weren't equivalent to what I thought I could run. And then, I knew I was going to have the race of my life. But it was definitely a big shock to, I feel like, the world, but not as big of a shock to me.
Not to me. But the pace shocked me. That he would take it out at 54. By the way, let me just quickly do for you, because you only will get it. My is it Jakob or Jacob? Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
I think Jakob, yeah.
Jakob, sorry, impression. How did you think the race went? Sorry, you're the only person gonna get to. I thought it was a good race. It was a fast race, maybe too fast. But we go back. He speaks in 3-word sentences. Okay. All right. And now here's Josh Kerr. Sean Connery as a distance runner.
Hits.
I saw him. He looked at me, and I knew I had him. I had a lot left, but apparently not enough left for that little upstart.
Those are spot on.
And Yared Yaguz is just enthusiasm. He's just like, it's an awesome race, man. That guy just exudes joy. And you're kind of, you're like, you don't put a lot out there. You keep it close to your vest, but you are kind of like the silent assassin.
Yeah, well, those are all, for as niche as impression that those are spot on.
28 people are having a joyous moment.
Cole, here's my impression. The pole vaulter that hit his wiener. Picture this. This is the bar. I'm going to stand up for this one. No, I'm kidding.
This is brilliant.
No, even if the bar is this big, mine still doesn't look big enough, so I can't even do the impression.
Spade was obsessed with the wieners hitting, pole vaulters hitting
everything else.
Private.
But I have a real question for Cole.
All right.
One is, I only have two, because Dana's a super runner.
One question. You could have two
when
questions.
I'm watching, because Dana told me to watch this because he's a fan of yours, and he says, watch this race. And toward the end, I mean, you're sort of in the back. You come up. I'm putting it in real layman's terms. You come up. You're getting closer, closer to the front. Everyone follow me?
Striking distance. And there's a difference. Striking distance.
It looks like you're going to make a move, and you got boxed out a little bit. And then you faded back, and then you saw like a hole, and you came on the inside. But I thought that fade back, it's too late to do one of those fade backs because you were giving it something. And I thought, oh, fuck, there's nothing left. And then you pushed on the inside. I was like, oh, my God. Is that what happened? You pushed on the inside, and then you kind of caught him off guard or something? I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I think the race is like resonated so well, because everyone can understand it. It was just a really good race. Like even if you don't know anything about track, but I ended up passing on the inside, which like I was talking to reporters directly after the race, and I actually didn't remember if I passed on the inside or the outside, which kind of surprised me that I didn't remember, and just showed me that it was instinctual, I guess.
You were
But
in some other place.
yeah, it was
But
crazy
the
last
interesting
100.
part for me is that it just because this is, I got to say, I think the greatest 1,500-meter world class race and Olympic final. I think for a layman, I mean, I had people in the room, not track fans, going crazy. But it seemed like Ingebrigtsen was a little bit sharing lane one, and so you ran up him a little bit, so you broke stride. So technically, you're a 3:27:40 probably without that. I'm sure, I know you've thought of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I thought of it. So then, if for people don't understand, it's the worst thing can happen to you. It was like a half break. A full break, you don't get the gold. It was just like a quarter or half break, but still. And then he drifted, maybe thinking he was going to make a move on Kerr. And then you got that little squeeze. And then, yeah, the whole thing happened like that. But it was just mind blowing to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I did notice after the fact and coming down from everything, I'm like, there's still half second in there, which is saying a lot considering it was about a 3-second PR already. But yeah,
Yes.
those little anything stopping, especially at the end of a 1,500 at that pace can be detrimental.
You know, I just wanted to ask you this because there's always winning the race, and there's winning the Olympic gold. But now you walk around as a 3:27:65 guy, and that is its own high. Of course, it's not you. The gold is the goal, but it's a trip to have a PR for a world-class athlete to PR that big. 3 seconds is an eternity. And you did it in the Olympic final. I don't know. What do you, I'm doing all the talking. You're nodding, but go ahead. What do you think?
No, yeah. I mean, that's how you're breaking it down is kind of, the same thoughts I'm having about it. But I guess again, I knew a fast time was coming. I mean, sub 3:30 has been my goal since 2021, since the last Olympics. I ran 3:31. And I was, the goal is always to win. But then in the back of my mind, being sub 3:30 is, that's like a league of its own. And for anyone that's not a super nerd of track, it's sub 4, which is a big deal in the mile. And then the 1,500, the equivalent to sub 4 is probably around 3:43.
Yeah.
For the 1,500. Just to kind of give some perspective on, sub 3:30 is I don't know how many guys have done it, but it was a big goal of mine. And the past 2 seasons were interrupted training by injury, which, that's half the battle in this sport. And the year after the Olympics, 2022, the previous one, I was sidelined, completely for about a month and a half. And that was leading up to the US trials. And so I didn't even make the US team for that year was a world championships. And then the next year was another world championships in Budapest, which is this past year. And I had to start my training about 2.5 months later than I would have liked to with some Achilles stuff. And so what I'm saying is these past 2 years have been interrupted. And I made it to the world final last year with very truncated training. And I just was like, if I can get this uninterrupted, I know how good I can be. And that was just the name of the game this whole season. And it's pretty much day by day, week by week, and track and field and trying to stay injury free. And I kept stacking those days and weeks, and I made it to the US trials. And I was like, I told myself, I've done everything I could to get here. I've stayed injury free. And so let's see what I got. And I had the race of my life. And then the same story can be said about the Olympic finals. And just, I think that big jump in time, again, is a shock on paper, but I knew with this uninterrupted training, I was fitter than I've ever been by a long shot, and that those times were coming. The past 3 years, I haven't missed a workout, and it just, not really an option at this level. It's not,
Really?
oh, I don't want to get out of bed today. But the options are those little fine details where, it's easy to skip those, especially if you have a great workout and you just want to lay in bed. But the smart thing to do is go get a massage, go, have a really good
Yeah.
meal, all that stuff.
Well, your new best friend, Ingebrigtsen, he talks about overtraining and running a race before the race, which is also a disease that can happen. You know, you're just training, you're not tapering as well, and you want to train. So you must have come in very, very rested. You know, you peaked at the trials, and then you had like a few weeks, you know. I don't know. Is this fascinating to anybody? Because to me it is. But I want to go back to the race for a second, though. What Josh Kerr said, he said the pace was so fast. He said, I went to sleep. Like he lost his hearing going out in 151. So I don't know if you'd go into try to go. Did he mean he went into a zone? But he said it was so fast, I just decided to go to sleep. And he's running 54-second pace.
Yeah, I mean, you feel it for sure, but I feel like his game plan, which was pretty obvious, is probably just don't give Ingebrigtsen anything. Don't give him a centimeter, and he could, having that person in that race plan and Ingebrigtsen immediately going to the front, he could probably flip off his brain and just his job was to not let him get any separation.
And leading that race, I mean, for people who don't understand, I mean, it does take more energy. So you kind of, if you're watching it, you know Ingebrigtsen's one of the all-time greats, but you're like, I've never seen him do this. It was a little warm, a little breezy, and it gets very lonely. I don't care who you are up there, you know, in the front.
Yeah.
Setting the pace. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I mean, everyone is in agreement. Like, it takes like a lot of balls to go and do that with that caliber of.
He's in a good way, kind of crazy, but he's in a wonderful way.
That's exactly. A ballsy move. Cole, are you allowed to wear any shoes you want? I think as a regular person watching, does it have to be a certain brand, or can you just say these are my favorite running shoes, or do you have to switch to some Olympic shoes?
I'm sponsored by Nike.
Oh, okay. And is that what it was there?
Yeah. And so at the Olympics, at least like Team USA is sponsored by Nike, but they say you can wear whatever shoes you want.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, they're not going to mess with everyone's little.
I thought they would. I would be like, oh my God, here's your shoes. And you're like, I like these old ones, whatever they are, that really work for me. Because it's so, like you said, everything matters. So you have to be comfortable. You have to feel like you're running the right stuff. Okay, that's a good question. That was a good question, Spade.
That was really good. Also, I have a question. Okay.
Go ahead. This is another super dumb one. Why?
No, these are good because I'm so in the weeds. Yeah,
the 400, the 800, and not the 1600.
That is a good question because I myself had to look that up.
I like that.
It does sound like an odd number because I didn't know what it was. I'm like, how far is that? It doesn't seem to evenly.
It doesn't make sense. The best answer I could find was that they wanted to do 4 laps, but to start on a straightaway. But the 800 doesn't do that. The 400, so that really doesn't check out. But that's the answer.
That story, we already had our fact checkers.
I know, because if you're born under the mile, you're always trying to equivocate to a mile, like, or even a metric mile would be 1,600 meters. And I figured out the pace Cole was going, if you could have sustained it for another 100 meters, your sort of metric mile would have been like 340 or something. Something crazy, you know.
What happened to yards? Did they go away? I mean, is the U.S. the only one that cares about yards anymore? Because they really
in the pole vault, they go, or high jump, it's 2.641. I got to do on my phone.
That doesn't sound high to me. 2.6 something.
Yeah, I want to hear 8 feet. You know,
that's not even 3 whatevers. You know.
Yeah. Hate the metric system.
Yeah. And they go, it's going to catch on. But that was in 6th grade. So it hasn't quite got on here, but I guess the walls are closing in. Yeah. Olympics.
America don't play. Okay. My next question is,
yeah.
Okay. So you're famous for your kick. So I'm trying to think the equation. Yeah. Why? There's the mental emotional part. There's maybe just like, say you guys ran a 50-yard dash, the big 4. you'd probably win that. Just the quickest fast twitch fiber, like in just a fresh 50-yard dash, you would destroy Ingebrigtsen.
You're trying to set me up for a headline.
Yeah, I know. We just need you to say
sorry,
that.
Sorry.
Say it very clearly.
I wasn't. That's my sense of humor. But I assume you have foot speed, but then you also have to have the VO2 engine. And then the part that's kind of, at least in high school, it would be sort of emotional or a little bit angry, not at any particular thing or the universe, but just like, fuck this, because you're really in pain and you want to get to the finish line anyway. But I don't know. Just talk about what makes someone have a kick like yours. What is the magic? Is there anything to it, or just mostly just I want to kick?
Yeah, I think like going back and seeing my form kind of develop, it's been pretty telling. Like the goal for so many races that my coach, or the plan, I guess, is just to be there with 200 meters. Because, I found out, and my coaches found out, that I'm going to do anything. I'm going to turn my form to shit if I have to, just to get to the line first, which is not ideal. But if you look at my high school videos and my college videos, even of finishing a race, my form's all over the place. I'm going side to side, and the idea is to keep everything moving straight forward. And like just seeing that tells me, I don't know, something in my brain flips where I'll do anything in my power to get there. And as I've gotten stronger and fitter, my form has followed, and I've been able to stay, aligned. And that's also, helps you go faster if you can do that.
I do think that, and I observed that myself because I watched the race a few times, and Ingebrigtsen has his certain form, and Josh, and you have your certain form. But then I do think it's okay in the last 10 or 15 meters to kind of go a little crazy and even go outside your zone a little bit, because it seemed like that you and Kerr were just neck and neck, and then and then you just kind of ran in a different way. It was almost, it's almost like I have to get to the line first. And Kerr stayed in his great form. Ingebrigtsen, incredible running form. I think that's part of the secret of being willing, maybe the last 10 meters, just to like go a little crazy. Don't worry about your form. Just get there first,
Yeah. I think there's something to that. And you can even see, the other American, Yarden Nagoose, I mean, his form, he's fluid and looks good in the race. But when it comes down to the last 10 meters, he's got something where he can thrust his body forward or whatever. And he's always been able to just like get those last 5-10 meters, and he almost got silver doing that. So both those guys keeping really good form, or actually losing ground, compared to me and
you guys just went kind of crazy. And he
what did you win? How much did you win by?
A billionth of a second. What was it? No, you actually had a pretty
pretty
good
small, this Olympics. It's been pretty small, a lot of these.
What was the second place?
I'm not sure on the
probably
exact
8-0, 327.80, and you were 6'5".
He doesn't deal with second place.
Yeah.
We just call it not
first
the
or
gold medal
last,
place. You mean the non-gold medalist?
Yeah.
You're talking. Ask me a question about the non-gold medalists in this race.
You're gonna have to call someone else. Yeah. What is
understand.
And this is off the subject, but I stupidly thought Olympic Village was like as big as a Motel 6. But it's got to be huge. Like, there's so many people. Like, how big is that housing, and are there rules?
It blew me away. Like, because I figured this out, and I went to Tokyo as well, and I had no concept of. I thought it would be like kind of a couple hotels,
like a hotel. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like it's the same, like almost copy and pasted. What they have it figured out to where they throw up these buildings, and they're like the most bare bone apartment buildings.
That's right. Yeah. You sleep on pizza boxes. Is that true?
That's true. Yeah. I think there's 10,000 athletes in total. Ooh. So imagining, like it is like, there's at least 10 buildings that are each, like.
Oh, that's way more than I thought.
High. Yeah. So it is like a little village.
It's like a city.
There's no rules.
There's no rules. Just get in there and show up at your race. Yeah, I guess so.
Pretty much. So how long, like you win the race, you got the American flag and you're out there. How long are you kind of out there? Did you do a full victory lap or you and the goose? I mean, how did that, how long are you out there celebrating with the flag?
That's actually a really good question because I finished the race and it's, you don't prepare for after that.
Sure. Yeah, you're not. Yeah,
as much as
I know.
And so like I was running around and luckily
aimlessly.
and there is I figured this out that there is like a handler that's his job is to see the top three and tell them what to do. And luckily the first people I saw were like some of my best friends from college, and they actually had the American flag, and somehow I found them because they were going crazy waving it, and I went over there and got that, and then this guy directed me. He's like, you can go this way, and then I started going too far, and they're like, whoa, I was going into the long jump area.
Bad neighborhood.
And no, I didn't get to do a full victory lap, just like
he goes too much. Well, I always wondered that they always seem to run.
Enough. We know you won the race. Now get in the fucking tunnel.
They find a flag. I'm like, is there a vending machine or is there just someone that's assigned to hand you a flag?
Or the little ones go, but the little ones are nice.
Yeah, even get a little baby one, get a pin. You got a little pin your way, anything.
And you and Yared are sharing it kind of, and he was sort of hogging it. You had to pull it away. Just made that up.
There is usually a like USA track and field person whose job that is. And I think they wanted me to go to them, but again, I wasn't really thinking in that moment and just went to my buddies that I saw waving the flag. And, luckily it was super high. They said they went on this whole excursion to find me like a super high quality flag just in case they would be in that moment. But
if not, they just leave it in the seats at the bottom. They forget about it. They're like, oh, he didn't win. What do we do with this?
That probably happens a lot.
But no, that shows that they knew,
like a Super Bowl hat.
You were a dark horse. You were a contender. We're getting the flag for cold, because they're believers that this could happen.
Exactly.
So did you cry? Because the Olympics, which I thought were amazing, I don't know how much you watched after doing I thought they were extraordinary because of the emotion of all of it. Yeah. So I don't remember how you processed that, or when they played the national anthem and the flag goes up. I mean, just to speak to the emotionality, what the hell you just went through, and it was just a few days ago.
Yeah. I kept kind of like waiting. That night everything was moving so fast, and immediately after the race, it's hype, and I'm, not thinking about everything that went into it. And so I'm just like hyper and like happy, excited. Then we go to the medal ceremony, and I was kind of waiting, like, am I gonna get emotional? And but not really. On the medal stand, it was right after the race, which not all the events did. Getting my medal, and I was more concerned.
They weren't right after the race. Oh no, a lot.
Yeah. So that was actually a cool thing they did that. But I was more concerned with they get the tightest shot of your face if you're on the podium. And I remember seeing other athletes, and I'm like, they're so tight on their face. And I got my buddy text me. He's like, decent shave job. I don't think they could have gotten closer on your face.
Jeez, yeah.
But I was more concerned with that than anything else.
You try to look cool and proud.
Exactly. I'm like, what is the correct expression?
What's the attitude you want to have?
Do you want to be bawling? Do you want to
That's right. Or sobbing, or just laughing your ass off.
Yeah. I'd say like the most emotional I got actually was like, I'm in the airport. I'm not actually didn't go back to the States yet, because believe it or not, there's more track races, which is crazy after the
Diamond League. Yep.
Exactly. But I'm in the airport by myself watching like my high school had like a watch party, and my, best friend neighbors had a watch party. And I'm watching they have a video of their reaction, and I'm
Oh,
like,
how cool.
that's when I kind of get emotional, and I'm just by myself and can actually process what I'm seeing, and yeah, pretty cool.
Sure. It's
I,
nuts.
I would say it's very normal when emotions are so extreme in the moment to kind of, I wouldn't say go numb, but just sort of, you were sort of in shock.
It's too
a little
much.
No,
bit.
exactly. Yeah.
And what I wanted to ask you just for yourself, because what I observe is when the race was so brutal and so violent and everyone went all out, but you came through and it seemed like you recovered just because of the emotion in like 3 seconds. Did you even go down on your knees or anything? I mean, I think you went through like, what's
Why
up?
don't you lay down?
Yeah, that's another thing I thought of like after watching, but it's just the way, yeah, it's almost always like that where your adrenaline just can carry you. And I remember like me and my teammates always talk about how you can tell someone's fitness by the post-race interviews. I didn't get interviewed immediately on the track, but if someone's really fit, it'll be 2 minutes after the race and they'll have caught their breath. It just like
wow.
shows the fitness that you have to be at to be
Sure.
at this
Peak.
level. That's part of it. And another part is just like, yeah, the crazy amount of adrenaline.
But just winning. The winners seem to always kind of
Well, you get
recover
that extra.
faster,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Well, Dana, anything else for this young man who oh, by the way, what did you say? PR? What did that stand for, by the way?
personal record.
Personal record. Okay. Can you tell every story again now? Because now that I know
Let's
what
start
that
again.
meant.
It's a PR. I was just
I didn't hear
curious.
that
These are
part. Sorry.
These
Go
are
ahead,
random
Dana.
things. Have you
Yep.
watched? Steve Prefontaine was this iconic, and if you're in the Bowerman Track Club at Oregon, you know all about him. I'm sure you've watched the 5K from Munich, where Prefontaine, who's 21, you're 23, runs the most charismatic and reckless 5K in history. Have you watched that with British announcers? Okay. I watch it at least a few times a year. I don't even know how to make sense of it other than Prefontaine, he just ran. I don't know. He spent so much energy passing. He tried to break the world. He's sprinting. He's coming back. He's taking the lead. I mean, and now you've done a race that people are going to look at, you know, it just sort of, the world's strange how things happen, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason if you follow track, you've heard of Prefontaine. He just, raced like with passion, as cheesy as that sounds, but you were just like, this is what I'm gonna do, and if it works, then I'm gonna know I gave it everything, and if it doesn't, then it's the same. Yeah.
And the British announcers were much better at the Olympics here in America, or there was a British announcer. But for Prefontaine, when it's the last 50 meters and he's kind of dying, the British announcer literally says, and the chunky American is completely bankrupt.
What a great line.
The chunky American is completely bankrupt, that he'd hit that wall. And then you look at it later, go, what a brave race it was. And so it's a badass race, even though he took fourth. He kind of won the moment, you know, somehow. But anyway, that's very inspiring. But I just want to ask you one more question. Why did you agree? Because when you won the race and they said, who can we have a Superfly? can we get Timothy Chalamet? No, can we get Cole Hocker? Yeah. And I thought it would be a joke. Like, there's no way you were going to have the time or the energy, or have ever heard of these two old guys. But anyway, thanks for coming on. And why did you say yes?
Well, I want to let you guys know that I'm also a fan of both of you. And I mean, I've watched SNL and all the backlog stuff, I guess, but grew up watching.
It's backlog. Have you seen Wayne's World at least, or Joe Dirt?
I have. Yes, I have actually.
But good.
I'm actually, I'm a pretty big comedy fan, funny enough. So my agent sent me this, and he was like, it's pretty cool and unique. And I was like, man, that's crazy. So of course.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah. Well, we love it. It was great seeing you. Dana called me right away and said, you got to watch this race. I flipped it on. I was like, holy shit, this guy.
You're very charming and you're humble and you're 23. Mm-hmm. So I guess stay healthy, and we're going to get to watch. We have, 4 or 5 great 1500 meter, and don't get me started on Hobbs Kessler, who's 21. We just have we had 3 of the top 5. We just have some amazing epic battles to go, and you have to do them and go through all the pain, and we get to watch. But it's you're still inspired and enjoying the sport, and you're looking forward. Yeah, because 23 is you're not even
You got
in your
some
prime.
time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're not in our prime either.
You're entering the golden age. Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you so much for coming on, and I'll be watching the Diamond Leagues. Good luck on those. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks again for having me.
Keep up the good work.
All right.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Superfly is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, Heather Santoro, and Greg Holtzman. Hope you liked it. Ooh.